I got stung by a scorpion putting my fin on. Somehow my swim fin, when I was in the back of the truck getting a ride down to the boat, the scorpion must have crawled inside of it. And then when I went to put my fin on, the scorpion stung my big toe. Frickin' hell, it got my attention, and then I was like, what the hell was that? And then I put my thing down, and frickin' big old scorpion comes crawling out of it. Everybody's freaking out. The Indos just like grabbed the slipper, whack, killed it. But it was like, what the second time I got bit by a scorpion here. Yeah, so I kind of tried to stay out for about an hour, but it was just too painful. I had to go in.
Morning from G-Land. Got a day off today. I figured I'd bring you a little bit of surfboard design and what me and Stevo have been riding over here. These are Buddy McRae's Blast Surf Design 4-fin fish. These things, been developing these. Buddy's been on it for well over 40 years. I've been riding them for 38. Myself, Mike McGuire, and Lee Patterson been kind of the main test pilots of these things for quite a while. Of course, there's some guys in California, Bill Lerner and a few others that have been riding these things for quite a while also. And so these are my G-Land boards. I rode this at Jeffreys Bay also, but this is a 5/8. Has this one, I've been really liking this one on this trip. It has a double wing, and I think there's something about having a little bit of length, less curve in the tail right now. It's kind of helping me in the shock waves. That's what my theory is right now. I'm getting quite a bit of help with the shock waves through that. It's a little bit of a boxier rail, so I'm not really quite as confident on this board in really big surf, but we haven't gotten really big surf. We've been pretty much riding, 3 to 5, 6 foot speedies and launch pad, some Fang little money trees. So this board's been pretty good. Been enjoying it. I think one of the things that I kind of wanted to talk to you about with these fish is what I consider the functionality of the fish. First off, if this was a pintail, probably be in the range of 5'11", 6 foot anyways, right? So really kind of a gun for me is a 5'8". And the fishtail in Hawaii and in really powerful surf, you take a lot of this foam out of the back of the tail. Because you take more of the foam out, you have less foam, it has a tendency to lift less. There's less lift coming up. When it gets really powerful, you're able to keep this thing in the water better. It doesn't start getting out of control. Also, I like to keep it thin in bigger waves, much thinner, a little bit narrower, so I can keep that rail engaged in a trim position in the barrel. I think that really helps. It also helps me stay in one clean continuous bottom turn or off the top. There's a lot less running on your belly of your board. When these things get going fast and you get on a trim and this stuff, you're riding about that much of the board, That's about how much is actually in the water. You're kind of engaged from here to there, and these things kind of act like, their own separate pintails, and you've got two solid fiberglass, wide, base fins on there. No, less flex. But we do like a little flex in the thing. I think when they get thinner, they do have a tendency to flex a little bit more when you're punching off the bottom. The drive one of the things about the four fins that I feel that guys kind of screw up on these four fins is that they oftentimes put the fins too far up, which takes the drive out, but it does make for a looser board because you're getting more you're sitting kind of a little bit further up, doing a little bit more of this and less, of a carve type of maneuver continuously. In the 80s, we had the fins probably almost an inch further back, and that really helped for extra drive. They've kind of loosened up a little bit, so we're good on that. We've kind of just done a little bit of a balance type of thing right now, so that's what we're after. We're after the balance. This board here, this is pretty much my favorite board, and it's just made for big waves. It can pretty much take anything I can give it. The rocker's nice, everything's kind of great shape, and got a nice, nice foil going on, a nice edge on the bottom coming through here. I like to have flat bottom going to a V, and that kind of, to me, is better. We've done a lot of channels and a lot of other things, but a nice flat bottom V seems to just take care of everything. It's a very versatile design. You get in bumpy, choppy surf, still no problem, goes right through it. You don't start hydroplaning. The channels just bring more lift to the board. If you're in waves that are a little bit less powerful, obviously, you might want a little bit more channel and lift, but we're dealing with trying to control power. That's really what this is about over here at G-Land, is controlling the power, making it so that you can go fast, make big fast turns, and stay in control in the tube. Not always easy thing. Practice is always needed. One of the things I also like about this board that I kind of like I've been talking to Buddy about, is there's just a little bit of a beak, just a little scoop right at the end here, and it's really turned up, just a complete turn up on this part, and it has saved me I don't know how many times in extremely, like, I thought I was a goner going on a drop, and this thing just scooped right out of that steep inverted drop, and so I've really enjoyed that on me. Another thing is Buddy's been putting in these carbon fiber strips. In the old days we didn't need the carbon fiber because we had the Clark foam. It's really solid foam. Now we're dealing with USA foam, so been putting this in to give it a little more strength. Haven't broken too many boards. Only a couple, pretty much just stress cracks up here, maybe right at the top of that thing. But these things have really helped. But they do stiffen your board up a little bit. So you get a little, you take a little. It's all about what your the nuances nowadays. With our boards. So yeah, I also like with my pads. I don't like my pads all the way down, mainly because I'm engaged right here, right on the bottom of these fins right here. That's where my top of my feet go. That's where I'm feeling the wave. I like to feel the fiberglass. I like to feel as much as I can on the wave. I like this for my paddling. I like it for my knees, but I'm less interested in the foam back here because I want to feel everything. And to me, it's just that split nanosecond extra on the turn. I can just it just feels like I react better.
Well, I think the boys are going to be. I think the boys are going to be impressed by your correcting in the barrel moves.
Yeah, I'm still. Listen, I'm still struggling a little bit to get my line, Greg. Yeah. I'm still struggling. You've seen that. in the smaller ones, but in the bigger surf,
you got room in there to kind of move around a little bit.
Yeah, that's it. And that's why I think these boards, just the bigger it gets, the better they go. It's like what that Kai Lenny, those strapping boards that they ride on that like 20-foot surf. And that's a small little board, and look at what that guy's doing. And that's the feeling that I'm getting with these, that we're getting with these boards.
So if you came back another trip, what would you change? What do you think? What would you do? Go thinner.
I'll go thinner. And I'll
heavier.
Huh?
Heavier.
Heavy glassing.
Heavy glassing.
But a thinner board, and I'll definitely change my flippers. My flippers are too light. I am struggling to get away. Might look shit. They might look shit, but Greg's proven it. I've seen him out at G-Land with the duck feet. And man, those are the flippers. I don't know. I don't know. I'd maybe just need a heavier flipper.
Maybe a heavier, stiffer flipper.
I'm struggling. I'm missing a lot. I'm missing a lot of ways, I think. But today was a good day. I'm super stoked. I had 2-3 good barrels. And I saw the photos and I couldn't believe it. There was just that
just a little bit about fin clusterings. We separate our fins a bit. You can see here, basically the boxes are a little bit further apart. These fins start quite a distance away. What happens here is that, in my opinion, the closer you get them in here, the more your turns get much sharper. It's fine on smaller surf. You want a really, quick reacting, sharp turn. But if you're looking for big arcs on power waves, these things aren't going to throw you off your board in the middle of a turn when you're going extremely fast. And they hold in better. So that's one thing. And the other one I was going to bring up was, these boards are not exceptionally light boards. They are 4-ounce bottom, double 4-ounce on the top, with a tail patch, so that you don't crack these tails as much. Nice to have a nice bead on the tails of these fishes so that they don't crack. And it's all used with S-cloth. It's a little springier, a little more expensive, but good glass. And yeah, they're not exceptionally light. You don't really want a light board on big surf. You want a board that's a little heavier, stays on the wave. It's not gonna fly out of the water in wind. And yeah, those are all good things to remember. You want a board that stays on the face of the wave. Often powerful surf can be often rugged, though in Indonesia it's not always rugged, but G-Land can get rugged. So those are good things to know when you're making your board.
I like those shots. Those are really nice.
So it's like, I've never seen myself in a barrel like that with so little board.
Yeah.
In such a critical section of the wave, which is
you get going so fast out here. It's just the speed you get is just pretty impressive. So,
but it's like I said, I'm treating the wave with respect. I'm learning. I'm seeing a lot of what Greg's doing. He's really showing me the ropes out there. If he's not snaking me or anything like that, showing me the ropes.
It's like you got twin pins.
And then I got Greg making this new one, which looks like a dog's breakfast. This board's brand new. I surfed it about 3 times. It looks worse than the other one because they glassed it so freaking light. But then I surfed this board. I surfed at Tiger Tracks in about 2-3 foot.
Yeah.
And this board just went absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that is now. It's just because it's lighter.
Yeah, lighter.
and the wave's got a little bit of juice. You do have to, okay, I must say that the
and
thing,
it's a right.
yeah, I must say with these boards is you do need a little bit of juice. You do need a little bit of power, and that's where they really show their potential, and they really, that's where you feel it. And I think today, I really felt these boards.
Yeah.
It was totally different from supers. Totally different from supers, because supers is more like a, I don't know, it's more, yeah. I don't want to diss my own wave, but fucking hell, this wave is just something totally different. Top to bottom.
They move a little faster, I think. They move a little faster. They're just they're coming out of deep water. You know, you're getting that. Jeffries is a little bit slower moving wave, but so great. Moving that wave is just.
Yeah, you. The thing is, what I've realized here is like you take off and you take off with so much speed. It's absolute. Where J-Bay, you take off and you gotta work.
Generate speed.
You start generating speed, and once you hit that bottom section by Impossibles, that's when you
Yeah.
really feel it.
Yeah.
Because that's where it's probably the hollowest part of the wave is at Impossibles. Front of the car park Impossibles.
Right.
But yeah, the whole wave is hollow. The whole wave.
Guys that are riding without fins, without swim fins, might prefer to have it back here. But that's another thing is, you know, if you're using swim fins, these fins just sit right back on these, you know, on these two things, and on the fish tails, and it's kind of a beautiful design for what we're using it for. So my thought is if you haven't tried one of these in big waves, I think you know it's worth trying. Worth trying one of these, and you be the judge. Some people it'll be the greatest thing. I mean, personally, I feel these things give you confidence in big waves. They really do. And so try one out. Try a 4-fin fish. Stevo and I have been really digging them over here at G-Land right now. So, all right. Hope your season's doing well. Hope you're catching lots of surf.
And man, you know, I was like a little bit 5, 6. I don't know if I'm gonna make the waves out here, and just from the takeoff, it's just.
Yeah, it's not really about the length of the board on these things. It's
I reckon I can even go smaller, 5'4", and thinner.
Thinner.
I can definitely go thinner now. I've lost weight. I'm probably about between. Well, when Greg made me the first one, I was about 80 kilos, and then I went down to 75 when I got that one, and then I think I'm probably now about nearly like 70 kilos, 72.
Yeah.
So it's so hot and you lose weight, and we've been surfing. I've never surfed so much in my life. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
In such a short time, I've never surfed so much.
All right.
And that's actually, it's helped me a lot as well on the lifts. You know, I mean, you guys know I don't surf lifts.
Yeah.
I've never been barreled on a lift. I think the only time I've been barreled on a lift was, I think I was in school and it was at the beach break, and I didn't even know I was barreled. The guy said on the beach, "Hey, bro, you just got such a barrel." So I've never, and you know.
Well, you got barreled on left
now. I trust these boards.
Yeah.
I really do trust these boards out there.
Important.
And I'm super happy with it. This is for good, big, strong surf. You can't go wrong.
Power surfing.
Eh?
Power surfing.
Power surfing.
That's it.
But
All right.
I'm super stoked. I'm happy. And
well, more to come. Everybody's gonna be kind of, you know, this is just a taste. It's coming.
And listen, I will never go back to thrusters.
Hmm.
You know, I'm happy with this. Sha-na-na. Today. 4, 3, 2, 1.